The candles flicker in perfect rhythm with my heartbeat as I watch him from across the table. Clint's cologne mingles with the restaurant's sage butter, and I can already taste the words I've rehearsed 1,000 times. Tonight's the night I tell him I found the perfect venue for our wedding. My phone buzzes. Probably Rosalie checking in. She's been as excited about this dinner as I am. But when I glance down, it's not her name I see. It's Samantha's. And the preview snippet turns my world to ice. Last night was amazing, baby. Can't wait to feel your hands on me, I stop breathing. My fingers hover over the notification, trembling. Part of me wants to throw the phone across the restaurant, pretend I never saw it. But I've always been the type to rip off band-aids. I open the message. Last night was amazing, baby. Can't wait to feel your hands on me again. Still can't believe Joanna hasn't figured it out. She's so wrapped up in wedding venues, she probably wouldn't notice if you proposed to me right in front of her. The words blur as tears threaten to spill. I blink them back, my chest so tight it hurts to breathe. Across the table, Clint's talking about some client meeting, completely oblivious to the fact that he just shattered 3 years of trust with one misdirected text. You okay, babe? He reaches for my hand. You look pale. I pull back before he can touch me. His familiar fingers suddenly seem alien, tainted. Those same hands touched her last night. While I was up late comparing flower arrangements, he was... Joanna? His forehead creases with concern. Such a good actor. I'm fine. My voice comes out steady, surprising even me. Just remembered I need to respond to a work email. I scroll up through their message history with numb fingers. Weeks of conversations. Photos I wish I could unsee. Plans made around my schedule. Inside jokes about keeping me in the dark. And Samantha. My stomach lurches. His best friend since college. The woman who helped me pick out engagement rings. Who hugged me tight when he proposed. Who's been looking me in the eye all this time, playing maid of honor while sleeping with my fiancé. The waiter appears with our entrees. The salmon for the lady and ribeye for sir. Can I get you anything else? Clint beams at him. Actually, could we get another bottle of the Cabernet? We're celebrating tonight. Oh, we'll be celebrating all right, just not the way he thinks. I take a slow sip of water, buying time to steady my voice. You know what? I'm not feeling great. Maybe we should rain check. But he starts to protest, then seems to think better of it. Of course, if you're not well. Let me get the check. I watch him signal the waiter, study the familiar lines of his face. How many times has he looked at me with those warm brown eyes and lied? How many nights did he leave my bed to go to hers? My phone buzzes again. Another message from Samantha. Oops, wrong thread. Delete that. Too late, you backstabbing witch. Ready? Clint stands, holding my coat with that same gentle smile he wore when he promised to love me forever. I let him help me into my jacket, suppressing a shudder at his touch. Let him think I'm coming down with something. Let him believe tonight was just another dinner. But as we walk to the car, my mind is already racing ahead, to the joint accounts we opened for wedding expenses, to the promotion Samantha's up for at work, the one that hinges on her squeaky clean reputation, to all the careful little notes I've kept about their indiscretions, just in case something felt off. I was right. Something was off. And now? Now I'm going to burn their perfect little world to the ground. You sure you're okay? Clint asks as we reach the car. You're awfully quiet. I turn to him with the brightest smile I can manage. Just tired, honey. Take me home? He kisses my forehead, and I let him, even as my skin crawls. Let him think he's won. Let them both think they've fooled me. Because here's the thing about nice girls like me. We're raised to be sweet, to forgive, to take the high road. But what they don't tell you is that even the sweetest honey can attract wasps, and I'm done being sweet. My reflection stares back at me from the bathroom mirror, mascara tracking familiar paths down my cheeks. 3 hours. That's how long I've been locked in here, scrolling through their messages until my eyes burn. Each word is another knife in my chest. A gentle knock breaks my trance. Joe, you've been in there a while, still feeling sick? I splash cold water on my face, erasing the evidence. Just a minute. When I emerge, Clint's waiting with a glass of ginger ale and concern etched across his features. The perfect, caring fiancé. I want to throw the glass in his face. Instead, I take a small sip. Thanks. I think I just need to sleep it off. He tucks a strand of hair behind my ear, and I fight the urge to recoil. Get some rest, babe. I've got an early meeting tomorrow anyway. Yeah, I bet you do. I lie rigid in our bed, listening to him shower and pack his gym bag for morning. Every domestic sound now carries a double meaning. Is he texting her? Planning their next rendezvous? My phone lights up. Rosalie. How'd the venue conversation go? I stare at her message for a long moment before typing, "Can you come over tomorrow? Need to talk." Her response is immediate. Of course, everything okay? No. Sleep refuses to come. I watch the numbers on our bedroom clock tick past midnight, then 1, then 2. Beside me, Clint's breathing is deep and even. How can he sleep so peacefully with all these lies between us? At 3 a.m., I give up. Careful not to wake him, I slip out of bed and pad to the kitchen. The apartment feels different in the dark, like all our framed memories are watching me with new eyes. 3 years of photos, smiling faces telling stories I thought I understood. I pull up Samantha's Instagram, masochistically scrolling through her perfect feed. There we are at my engagement party, her arm around my shoulders as I show off the ring. Her caption, "So happy for my bestie. Jar future Mrs. Clint." The timestamp hits me like a punch to the gut. She'd already been sleeping with him then. My phone buzzes. A text from Samantha herself. "Hey girl, don't forget we're meeting the florist at 10 tomorrow. Can't wait." The audacity steals my breath. I type and delete 4 different responses before settling on, "Something came up. Need to reschedule." Her reply is instant. "Oh no, everything okay? Want to grab coffee and talk about it?" I actually laugh out loud, the sound harsh in the quiet kitchen. Talk about what exactly? How you've been fucking my fiancé? A new message appears, from Clint to her, accidentally shared to our linked iPad. "Miss you already. Lunch tomorrow?" The screen blurs as fresh tears fall. I swipe them away angrily, opening my laptop instead. First order of business, changing all my passwords. Then I start documenting everything. Screenshots, dates, times. The joint account statements showing suspicious charges at hotels. By sunrise, my eyes are gritty, but my hands have stopped shaking. I hear Clint stirring, getting ready for his early meeting. He finds me at the kitchen counter, nursing a coffee. Feeling better? Much. I manage a weak smile. Have a good meeting. He kisses my forehead. Thanks for understanding about last night. We'll do the venue talk soon, promise. The door clicks shut behind him, and I count to 100 before calling Rosalie. She answers on the first ring. I'm already on my way. 20 minutes later, we're sitting on my couch, and I'm showing her everything. Her face grows darker with each revelation. "That absolute bastard," she breathes. "And Samantha. I always thought she was fake, but this... I don't know what to do," I admit. Part of me wants to just walk away. But then I think about them laughing at me behind my back, planning their perfect little future while I was planning our wedding, and I want to destroy them? Rosalie finishes. Her eyes meet mine, hard and bright. Good. What? They deserve everything coming to them. She grabs my hand, and I'm going to help you deliver it. I stare at her, this friend who's been more like a sister for the past decade. You don't think that makes me a terrible person? Honey, they're the terrible people. You're just making sure karma does her job. She squeezes my fingers. Question is, are you ready to stop being the nice girl they think you are? My phone buzzes again. Another message from Samantha about wedding details. As if on cue, a notification from the joint account pops up. A charge at the hotel where she works. I look at Rosalie, something cold and certain settling in my chest. You know what? I think I am. Morning sunlight streams through my office window as I stare at the email draft I've been crafting for the past hour. My coffee's gone cold, forgotten as I weigh each word carefully. One wrong move could spoil everything. You're here early, Frankie says, dropping into the chair beside my desk. She eyes the darkness under my eyes. Rough weekend? If she only knew. I minimize the email before she can read it. Just couldn't sleep. Wedding stress? She waggles her eyebrows. Or was Clint keeping you up? The innocent question hits like a slap. I force a laugh that sounds hollow even to me. Something like that? My phone lights up. Samantha again. Missing my wedding planning buddy? Lunch today? Frankie catches my expression. Okay, spill. What's really going on? I hesitate. Frankie's not just a coworker. She's become a friend over the past year. More importantly, she knows things about Samantha that could be useful. They worked together before Samantha moved to her current firm. Can we grab coffee, somewhere private? 10 minutes later, we're in the building's deserted courtyard. My hands shake as I tell her everything, watching her face shift from shock to fury. That manipulative little snake, she breathes when I finish. God, this explains so much. What do you mean? Frankie glances around before leaning closer. Remember that huge account Samantha landed last year? The one that got her fast-tracked for partner? I nod. Samantha hadn't shut up about it for months. She didn't land it. She stole it from another associate, forged some documents, took credit for work that wasn't hers. I had proof, but she threatened to ruin my career if I said anything. My mind races. Do you still have this proof? Somewhere. Frankie's eyes narrow. Why? Because Samantha's up for partner next month, and her perfect reputation is everything to her. Understanding dawns on Frankie's face. You're not just walking away, are you? Would you? She studies me for a long moment. The old files are probably still in my cloud storage. Give me a day to find them. Back at my desk, I return to my email draft with renewed purpose. Subject line, anonymous tip, ethics violation. Recipient, managing partner, Samantha's firm. My cursor hovers over the send button. This is it, my first real move. Once I hit send, there's no going back. I click. My phone buzzes immediately. Clint. Hey, beautiful. Dinner tonight? Miss you. Miss me or miss having me fooled? I text back, can't. Girls' night with Rosalie. His response is quick. Have fun. Love you. I want to throw up. Instead, I pull up the joint account records again, documenting every suspicious charge. Hotels, restaurants, jewelry I never received. Each transaction is another nail in their coffin. A knock at my door makes me jump. It's Aaliyah from legal. Got a minute? She doesn't wait for an answer before closing my door. We need to talk about Samantha Shaw. My heart stops. What about her? I know what you're doing. Aaliyah's voice is low, intense. The anonymous email? That was you. I don't know what. Save it. She holds up a hand. I'm not here to stop you. I'm here to help. I stare at her, confused. Why would you help me? Because 3 years ago, Samantha did the same thing to my sister. Different man, same story. Aaliyah's eyes are hard. She didn't just break my sister's heart. She destroyed her career in the process, made sure she'd never work in this city again. The pieces click together. Your sister was Lauren. Aaliyah nods, the associate whose work Samantha stole. My mind spins with possibilities. What exactly are you offering? Information, contacts, whatever you need. She slides a USB drive across my desk. Starting with this, every email Samantha sent from her old work account, including some very interesting exchanges with your fiancé dating back 18 months. 18 months. The words hit me like physical blows. That's before we even got engaged. Why didn't you use this yourself? Statute of limitations on the ethics violation. Plus, it would have looked like sour grapes coming from me. Aaliyah's smile is razor sharp. But from an anonymous source, combined with whatever else you've got, that's a different story. I pick up the drive, feeling its weight in my palm. Thank you. Don't thank me. Just make it count. She turns to leave, then pauses. And Joanna? The thing about people like Samantha? They never think the nice ones will fight back. Use that. I plug in the drive, my screen filling with hundreds of emails, each one a new weapon in my arsenal. They want to play games? Fine. Game on. The clock's steady tick fills my apartment as I sort through Aaliyah's files, each new revelation like another twist of the knife. My laptop screen casts a harsh glow in the darkness. It's well past midnight, but sleep feels impossible. A message from Clint lights up my phone. Working late again. Don't wait up. Working late. Right. I pull up the tracking app I installed on our shared iPad. The blinking dot shows him at the Grand Hotel downtown. Same place he took me for our first anniversary. My hands shake as I open another email thread. This one's from 16 months ago, right after he proposed. Samantha to Clint. She actually thinks I'm helping plan the wedding. If she knew what we did right after she said yes. The wine glass in my hand cracks before I realize I'm gripping it too tight. Red spreads across my palm like blood. My doorbell rings, making me jump. It's almost 1 a.m. Who could... Through the peephole, I see Bryce from work, his usually immaculate suit rumpled. My mentor's face is grave as I open the door. "We need to talk," he says without preamble, "about what you're planning." My stomach drops. "How did you..." Aaliyah told me. He steps inside, taking in the scattered papers and glowing screens. "She's worried you're in over your head." "I can handle it." "Can you?" He picks up a document, the ethics complaint I'm preparing. Because once you start this, there's no going back. Lives will be destroyed. Careers ended. Are you ready for those consequences? They deserve it. Maybe. He sits heavily on my couch. But revenge is like holding a hot coal to throw at someone else. You'll burn yourself worst of all. So I should just let them win? My voice cracks. Let them laugh about how stupid trusting Joanna never saw it coming. No, but there are other ways. I found more files. I cut him off, pulling up emails on my screen. It's not just Samantha stealing credit for work. She and Clint have been manipulating client accounts, moving money around. Small amounts, but it adds up. Bryce goes very still. "You're sure?" "I've traced the transactions. They've been doing it for months through the firm's trust accounts." I laugh bitterly. "Guess they needed funds for all those hotel rooms." He studies the evidence, his expression darkening. "This is serious, Joanna. Criminal charges serious." "I know." "Then you also know that if you use this, there's no controlling the fallout. People could go to jail." "Good." "Including innocent people who might have unknowingly approved these transactions." That pulls me up short. I hadn't considered collateral damage. "Look," Bryce says gentler, "I understand wanting justice, but sometimes the best revenge is living well. Walk away, start fresh." My phone buzzes, Samantha posting on Instagram. A photo of her and Clint at the hotel bar, his arm around her waist. Caption, "Late night work session with the best mentor ever. Zlarp blessed." I turn my phone to show Bryce. "Still think I should walk away?" He stares at the photo, jaw tightening. They're not even trying to hide it anymore, are they? They think I'm too pathetic to notice, too nice to fight back. I meet his eyes. Are they right? After a long moment, he sighs. "No. But if we're doing this, we're doing it smart. No room for mistakes." "We? You think I'm letting my best analyst take on corporate fraud alone?" He pulls out his phone. "I know some people in the SEC. Let me make some calls." Hope flares in my chest. "You'll help me?" "On one condition." His expression is deadly serious. "We do this by the book. Everything documented, everything legal. No shortcuts, no matter how tempting. Deal?" I think about the other plans I've been considering. The more personal, painful forms of revenge. But Bryce is right. This needs to be bulletproof. "Deal." He nods, already dialing. "Good. Now show me everything you've found. And Joanna?" He pauses. "Delete that tracking app. We do this clean, or we don't do it at all." I close the app, watching Clint's location disappear. Bryce is right. I need to be smarter than my anger. My phone lights up again. Another Instagram notification. This time it's an old photo Samantha posted. Me and her at my engagement party, both beaming at the camera. Caption, "Throwback to the happiest day. Can't wait to stand beside my best friend at her wedding." I show Bryce. They really think they're untouchable. He looks at the photo, then at the financial records spread across my coffee table. Then let's prove them wrong. Properly. I nod, something cold and certain settling in my chest. They want to play at being professional? Fine. Let's get professional. Rosalie's hug feels like armor as I try to stop shaking. We're in her kitchen, and I've just shown her the latest Instagram post. Samantha and Clint at a jewelry store, her trying on rings. The caption, "Just helping my bestie pick the perfect wedding bands." "I'm going to be sick," I whisper. "No, you're not." Rosalie's voice is steel. "You're going to be angry." I am angry. I'm furious. But it's not enough. I push away from her counter. The SEC investigation could take months. Meanwhile, they're out there flaunting everything, making me look like an idiot. So, don't wait. She pours more wine. You have enough to destroy them both right now. Bryce says we have to do this right. By the book. Bryce isn't the one watching his fiancée parade around with his mistress. Rosalie's eyes narrow. Speaking of which, why is he so invested in helping you? I pause, wine glass halfway to my lips. What do you mean? I mean, he's awfully concerned about how you handle this. Maybe he has his own agenda? It's not like that. He's just looking out for me. Like Samantha was just looking out for you? The words hit like a slap. Before I can respond, my phone rings. Frankie. Turn on Channel 6 right now, she says without greeting. Rosalie grabs the remote. The news anchor's voice fills the room. Allegations of misconduct at Preston and Myers law firm. Sources say multiple partners are under investigation for financial irregularities. My heart stops. This wasn't supposed to leak yet. Did you do this? Frankie demands. No, I don't know how. Well, Samantha's having a meltdown at the office. She's convinced someone's out to get her. Is she naming names? Not yet, but Joe? Frankie's voice drops. She's not the only one panicking. Half the senior partners are shredding documents like crazy. I think of Bryce's warnings about collateral damage. What if he was right? My phone buzzes. Speak of the devil. Need to see you. Office. Now. I have to go. I grab my coat. Want me to come? Rosalie offers. I shake my head. I need to handle this. The office is eerily quiet for midday. Bryce's face is thunderous as I enter his office. Close the door. I do. I didn't leak anything. I know. He runs a hand through his hair. Because I did. What? The SEC was dragging their feet. But now? He gestures at his computer, showing dozens of news alerts. Now they have to act fast, before evidence disappears. But I said we do this legally. I never said we couldn't force their hand. He leans forward. But there's something else you need to know. My stomach drops. What? The financial trail? It goes deeper than Samantha and Clint. Way deeper. He pulls up a document. Look who authorized their access to those accounts. A familiar name jumps out. My blood runs cold. No, that's impossible. I'm sorry, Joanna, but Rosalie's signature is all over these documents. The room spins. I grab his desk for support. She's my best friend. Is she, or has she been playing both sides? My mind races back through conversations, subtle suggestions, pushing me toward rash actions. Oh God, I sink into a chair. She's been feeding them information. The question is why? Bryce's voice is gentle. And what are you going to do about it? My phone buzzes. Rosalie, everything okay? Want me to come get you? Another message arrives. Clint, we need to talk. About us. About everything. Then Samantha, I know it was you. Better watch your back. The threats don't frighten me anymore. What terrifies me is how close I came to confiding everything in Rosalie. How many of my plans has she already leaked? Joanna? Bryce prompts softly. What do you want to do? I look at my phone, at the people I trusted most, trying to play me from all sides. Fine. They want to see what happens when nice girls get pushed too far? I meet Bryce's eyes. I want to play them at their own game. He nods slowly. Then let's make sure you win. I silence my phone, ignoring the cascade of messages. They think they know what I'm planning. They don't know anything. Not yet. The engagement party invitation sits on my kitchen counter like a ticking bomb. Rosalie dropped it off this morning. Cream-colored cardstock with gold lettering, celebrating Clint and me. As if nothing's changed. As if she hasn't been betraying me all along. My phone lights up. Samantha. Everything's set for Saturday. Can't wait to toast the happy couple. I bet you can't. A knock at my door makes me jump. Through the peephole, I see Frankie looking nervous. We have a problem, she says as soon as I let her in. Samantha knows about the SEC tip. My heart races. How? Because Rosalie told her. Frankie pulls out her phone, showing me screenshots. They've been working together for months. Look at the dates. The timestamps match perfectly with every major decision I've made about the wedding. Every time I confided in Rosalie, she was reporting back to them. There's more. Frankie hesitates. They're planning something for the engagement party. I don't know what, but another knock cuts her off. This time it's Aaliyah. Good. You're both here. She closes the door firmly. We need to move fast. Bryce just got called into an emergency board meeting. They're trying to pin the financial irregularities on him. What? The room spins. But he's helping me. Exactly. Samantha and her allies are framing it as a vendetta. They've manufactured evidence suggesting he's been manipulating accounts to set them up. My stomach lurches. This is my fault. I dragged him into this. It gets worse. Aaliyah continues. Rosalie's been spotted meeting with the board. She's their star witness. Of course she is. My best friend, the perfect betrayal artist. My phone buzzes. Clint, can we talk, please? It's important. Then Rosalie. Girl, where are you? We need to finalize the party details. And Samantha. Better watch your steps, sweetie. Wouldn't want anything to ruin the big day. Something inside me snaps. No. I stand up, surprising even myself with how steady my voice is. They don't get to win this one. Frankie and Aaliyah exchange glances. What are you thinking? Aaliyah asks carefully. I pick up the invitation, running my fingers over the embossed letters. They want an engagement party? Let's give them one they'll never forget. Joanna, Frankie starts. Listen. I lay out the evidence we've gathered, the financial records, the emails, Rosalie's betrayal. They think they've backed us into a corner, but they've actually given us the perfect stage. Understanding dawns in Aaliyah's eyes. The party. Everyone who matters will be there. Exactly. Board members, firm partners, clients. I smile and it feels dangerous. The perfect audience. It's risky, Frankie warns. If it backfires, then I've lost everything anyway. I meet their eyes, but I'm not going down alone. My phone rings. Bryce, I put it on speaker. They're moving faster than we thought, he says without preamble. The board meeting's a setup. They're voting to terminate me tomorrow. Unless I throw you under the bus. Say you fabricated everything out of jealousy. I close my eyes, pieces clicking into place. That's their play. Discredit you, discredit the evidence. Pretty much. He sounds exhausted. I'm sorry, Joanna, I tried. Don't apologize. I look at the invitation again. Come to the party. What? Trust me, just be there. After we hang up, Aaliyah raises an eyebrow. You sure about this? No. I pull up my email, starting to type. But I'm done playing defense. My phone explodes with messages. Rosalie. Found your dream centerpieces. Samantha. Can't wait to give my toast. Clint. Please call me. We need to talk. I silence them all, focusing on the email. Subject line. Engagement party update. Change of venue. What do you need from us? Frankie asks. Everything. I hit send, watching the invitation to my own destruction wing its way to everyone who's ever underestimated me. And perfect timing. Because here's the thing about nice girls. We know how to plan one hell of a party, and this one's going to be unforgettable. The hotel ballroom sparkles with fairy lights and champagne flutes, a perfect backdrop for destruction. I adjust my cream silk dress, the one Samantha helped me pick out, insisting it made me look innocent and bridal. Tonight, that works in my favor. Everything's ready, Frankie murmurs, appearing at my elbow. Aaliyah has the presentation queued up. I nod, watching Clint work the room. He's wearing the blue tie I gave him for our anniversary, making small talk with board members who have no idea what's coming. Samantha glides past in a red dress that probably cost more than my car, shooting me a sympathetic smile. Nervous, sweetie? Don't worry, I'll make sure everything's perfect. I bet you will. Rosalie appears with champagne. Here's to the happy couple. My hands don't shake as I take the glass. Thanks for everything, Rose. I couldn't have done any of this without you. Her smile flickers, just slightly. She knows me too well not to hear the edge in my voice. The room fills with familiar faces, colleagues, friends, family, all here to celebrate love, all about to witness something very different. Bryce arrives last, nodding almost imperceptibly. Showtime. Clint taps his glass, calling for attention. If I could have everyone's eyes up front. Actually, I cut in, moving to the small stage. I'd like to say something first. He blinks, surprised but pleased, probably expecting some sappy declaration of love. When I discovered my fiancé was sleeping with my maid of honor, gasps ripple through the crowd, I had two choices. I could fall apart, or I could pay attention. Samantha's glass slips from her fingers, shattering on the marble floor. Clint's face drains of color. Paying attention led to some interesting discoveries. I gesture to Aliyah, who starts the presentation. Financial records fill the screen behind me. Like how my loving fiancé and his mistress have been embezzling from client accounts. The board members straighten, faces hardening, but they had help. I turn to Rosalie, who's already backing toward the door. My best friend, who's been feeding them information while helping them cover their tracks. For a cut of the profits, of course. Security guards, arranged by Bryce, block the exits. That's ridiculous, Samantha sputters. She's clearly unstable. The SEC doesn't think so. I nod to Bryce, who produces official-looking documents. Neither does the ethics board or the police. Clint steps forward, hands raised. Baby, let's talk about this. We're done talking. My voice carries across the suddenly silent room. I have copies of every email, every transaction, every secret meeting, including the ones from before our engagement. He stops cold. Oh, yes, I continue, savage satisfaction burning in my chest. I know everything. How you never intended to marry me. How this whole engagement was a cover while you and Samantha moved money around. How you used my wedding planning to explain suspicious charges. You can't prove, Samantha starts. Actually, she can. Every head turns. Frankie steps forward holding up her phone. I've been recording everything, including your confession from last week about stealing my work, and Lauren's, and everyone else you've stepped on. Chaos erupts. Board members demand explanations. Clients call their lawyers. Security moves in as Samantha lunges for Frankie's phone. Through it all, I stay perfectly still, watching my carefully constructed bomb detonate. Joanna. Rosalie's voice breaks as security leads her past. I'm so sorry. Save it for your testimony. Clint makes one last attempt, reaching for my hand. I did love you in my way. I step back, letting him grasp air. Your way wasn't good enough. The police arrive, badges flashing. Samantha's mascara runs as they read her rights. She looks smaller somehow, stripped of her power. You've ruined everything, she spits. No. I smile and it feels like freedom. I just showed everyone who you really are. Bryce appears at my side as they're led away. You okay? Ask me tomorrow. I watch Clint's blue tie disappear through the door, but I think I will be. The room buzzes with shocked conversations and hurried phone calls. My perfectly planned engagement party has become perfectly planned exposure. Every person who needs to witness their downfall is here, recording, remembering. Ms. Lewis, a detective approaches. We'll need your official statement. I nod, suddenly exhausted. It's done. All of it. Aaliyah squeezes my shoulder. Need company at the station? No. I straighten my cream silk dress. No longer innocent, no longer bridal. I can handle this part alone. Because that's the thing about nice girls. We don't just get even, we get better. Dawn breaks over the city as I leave the police station, my heels clicking against empty sidewalks. My cream silk dress is wrinkled, mascara smudged, but I've never felt more polished. My phone, silent for hours during questioning, buzzes to life. Dozens of messages flood in. Colleagues, friends, even Clint's mother expressing shock and support. I ignore them all, opening only one. A news alert about multiple arrests at Preston and Myers. A familiar car idles at the curb. Bryce rolls down his window. Need a ride? Actually, I think I'll walk. The morning air feels clean, new. But thank you for everything. He studies me for a moment. You know, when I first agreed to help, I thought this was about revenge. Wasn't it? No. He smiles slightly. This was about justice. There's a difference. I think about Samantha's face as they led her away. Clint's stammered excuses, Rosalie's tears. The satisfaction I feel isn't hot like vengeance. It's cool and clear, like truth finally surfacing. The board wants to meet with you, Bryce continues, about taking over Samantha's clients. I laugh. Seriously? You proved yourself more competent than half their partners last night. Plus, you've got quite a fan club forming. Seems a lot of people were waiting for someone to expose the rot. I'll think about it. But we both know I won't accept. That firm holds too many ghosts now. My phone buzzes again. Frankie, breakfast, Aaliyah's buying. This time I smile and reply, on my way. The diner is nearly empty when I arrive. Frankie and Aaliyah occupy a corner booth, looking as exhausted as I feel. A third person sits with them. Lauren, Aaliyah's sister, the first of Samantha's victims. Hope you don't mind, Aaliyah says as I slide in. She wanted to thank you in person. Lauren's eyes are bright. You did what I couldn't, what none of us could. We did it together. I accept the coffee Frankie pushes my way. All of us. Speaking of together, Frankie pulls out her tablet. You might want to see this. It's an email from one of the board members announcing an internal investigation into similar patterns at other firms. Apparently, Samantha and Clint's scheme wasn't unique, just the first to be exposed. They're calling it the Nice Girl Rebellion. Aaliyah smirks. Apparently, you've inspired quite a movement. That's not what I intended. No? Lauren's voice is soft. You just wanted your own justice. But sometimes that's enough to show others they can fight too. My phone lights up. A text from an unknown number? My heart stops when I read it. Should have known you'd figure it out. You were always smarter than they thought. R. Rosalie. Somehow messaging from custody. Another text follows. For what it's worth, I really was your friend, until ambition made me forget what that meant. I'm sorry. I stare at the words until they blur. Part of me wants to respond, to ask why, to understand how our decade of friendship meant so little, but some questions don't deserve answers. I delete the messages. You okay? Frankie asks, getting there. I look around the table at these women who stood beside me, who helped turn betrayal into breakthrough. Actually, I have a proposition for you all. They lean in as I outline my idea, a new consulting firm specializing in corporate ethics and fraud prevention, using our combined experience to help others spot the warning signs we missed. Turn our scars into armor. Aaliyah muses, I like it. More than that, Lauren adds, turn them into shields for others. My phone buzzes one last time. Bryce. Whatever you decide, you've got my reference. And my respect. I think about the woman I was just days ago, planning a wedding built on lies. She seems like a stranger now, someone who measured her worth by others' approval. So, Frankie grins, raising her coffee cup. What should we call ourselves? I look down at my wrinkled cream silk dress, then at these fierce, brilliant women who helped me rise from its ashes. The answer comes easily. Phoenix Partners. Because that's the final lesson about nice girls. We don't just survive the fire, we learn to fly.